Hello there, and welcome to my channel, Novice Modelling in a Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy, and look what I have created. I have finally finished, well, nearly, the Revell Level 4 Iron Maiden Spitfire Mark II Aces High, which is kit number O5688, with its two accompanying Eddie figures, which are Iron Maiden sort of mascots, I suppose you could say. And we've finished this kit. And I want to tell you a little bit about this kit, as it's kind of special. It holds a special place in my heart, you could say, as this was actually the first kit that I got in my current model building form, or as the novice modeler, as this one turned up in Christmas 2003, so that's just over a year and a couple of months ago. And it's a funny little story, because my old mum asked me what I wanted for Christmas. And I'd seen this, and I said, you know what, I'll have one of them. I fancy buying one of these kits. And she basically told me, no, I ain't buying you that. And she proceeded to buy me a Christmas jumper, some socks, and some shower gel. So what I ended up doing was I bought this myself, and wrapped it up and said, here, you can put that under the tree because I bought it for myself. And now we have about 600 model kits to build as part of our big plan, which is probably going to take something like 10 to 15 years. The length of my big plan keeps on extending because I keep on acquiring model kits for some reason. And you can see a lot of the kits that I've acquired in my haul unboxing, which have become rather infamous and a rather guilty pleasure of myself and of some of you guys as well. So enough about that for now. We're going to go through the actual kit and what I've done with it. And I kind of hope you like it. It went together really well. I know there are a few people out there who are a bit sort of skittish about Revell kits, but for me, as a novice, producing a big thing like this went together almost like a dream. There's a couple of little problems with it that are mainly down to my own lack of intuition and skill, but it's nothing that really, you know, I haven't really overcome or won't be able to overcome after this video has finished, because there are a couple of little things that I just need to deal with. But I wanted to release this video for today because the channel is 1 year old today, basically. So we've got our Matchbox on, sorry, our Airfix starter kit here, which is actually the first aircraft I produced way back in sort of March, I think this was. And it's not too bad. It was hand painted. The roundels are sort of wonky, and it's not too bad for a first effort. So I think we've kind of moved on a little bit since then, but you know, we're still playing around and trying to get the hang of various techniques, if you like. We haven't tried any sort of weathering or washes yet, and this probably would have looked a lot better with some weathering and washes, but I am hoping to get onto those within the next month or so with sort of some of the new kits that I intend to build. So anyway, back to this thing. Like I said, it went together really well. I had a bit of a problem here with this fit along this seam. This was mainly down to my not exactly great preparation of the cockpit interior. So that's not a kit issue, that was a me issue. We actually painted this with the airbrush. We did what colour did we use? We used ash grey from the Army Painter range. And that went all over. And then we tried to use basically all of the supplied paints that came from Revell, which were mainly the undersurface in this sky blue, I think it's called, and the green and the brown top surfaces. Most of the other paints are actually from my Tamiya stash, although we did use Humbrol cockpit interior on the insides of the cockpit. We used aluminium XF16, obviously, on any aluminium parts. We used XF85 rubber black on the tyres. We used XF1 flat black on the propeller and any other black bits we wanted to do on the interior, etc. We used XF84 on some parts of the interior, and my preferred way of doing the exhaust cowlings at the moment is to paint them in this XF84 and then to dilute some of this dark copper XF28 to apply a sort of rusty, sort of shiny finish. We used a little bit of white on the interior for the dials because, as per usual, we always seem to forget to put these cockpit decals in, but whatever. As far as glues, we use Tamiya Extra Thin and Tamiya Cement, which is my normal sort of combination for various parts. I've also started using this CA UK Black on pretty much every build now. Excuse me about with a cold. Mainly for things like undercarriage, any parts that I've painted, and you know, it just holds together with the paint on. We've used some Vallejo plastic putty on various parts as well. We used Humbrol Clear Fix on our glazed areas, and we have used a bit of this Humbrol Mascol sparingly occasionally. I did have somebody ask me the other day what sort of airbrush I'm using, which I'm a little bit sort of, I'm not embarrassed, because I mean at the end of the day it works. And I use this one, which looks the same as every other airbrush, but it's actually called a Timber Tech and came off Amazon for the princely sum of about 25 quid. And you get a load of needles with it and all the regular accessories, which aren't that useful. The compressor that I use is this rather naff Expo thing, which is 3 settings. I only ever use it on low, so how the paint would come out medium high, I've got no bloody idea whatsoever, but it probably wouldn't be a very good finish. We've also finished our first 2 figures, which have been a long time coming because I was terrified of painting figures. And we've done our Eddies. This one's not too bad. He's got a variety of colours on. There is a video, an accompanying video for that, and for the other 6 videos of us building this. And we have an Eddie figure sitting in the cockpit as well. So what other little issues have we got? I mean, I think as you can see here, we've got some kind of small fit issues on the cockpit cover. There's a little bit of a gap here, but they're more pronounced on this side. So intentions are to get whap a bit of filler on here in a couple of days and just paint that over, and hopefully that will look okay then. But that was not an issue with the thing. But this is a 3-piece canopy, or 4-piece canopy even, and obviously I've had a bit of a misalignment at some point, so it's just not quite fitting properly. We managed to get pretty much all the decals that are required onto the kit, including a lot of walkway striping, a lot of these caution and warning signs, etc, etc. So yeah, it's come out pretty good, I think. We've got the flaps down, which probably isn't the correct position for one standing, but I just wanted to have the flaps down on the kit. And as you can see, there's a lot of caution and warning signs underneath. I did actually differ from the correct way of decaling the undersides. There's 2 options for this. The Iron Maiden Aces High was supposed to be displayed here and here, and as an alternate you could not put the Aces High on and have 2 large roundels. Unfortunately, when I tried the roundels, I couldn't quite get my head around wrapping the roundels around these protruding parts on the wing, as they were supposed to go here, and I decided to just make up what I wanted, which was to use as many decals as possible. So there was a slight change. We have also lost one of our gun cover patches, but fear not, it is actually here in this little tray, so we'll be trying to stick that back on at some point. But we thought it was lost and we were just going to put some paint on, but now we found it actually on the carpet, which is kind of bizarre. But yeah, so as far as decal wise that are Iron Maiden specific, obviously you can see you've got Aces High King of Twilight on here. We've got a 666 on the back. The stripe is a little bit wonky, but we don't do perfect models on this channel, not yet anyway, not for a long time. We've got Afterlife Part 1, Shoot the Fokker, and we've got some kill symbols here with various ghoulish faces and Aces High. Everything else is sort of correct as per a sort of RAF aircraft would be. The reason why they actually have an Aces High Iron Maiden Spitfire, if you care to have a look, is actually a rather famous song that the group did way back in the 80s or early 90s, I forget, where there was not actually a lot of footage of World War II dogfighting in it. And it's kind of a good video. I'm not too sure whether the song is really sort of most people's cup of tea, but they actually had a Spitfire mock-up as part of their stage show for their one of their tours. I forget which one it was called now, so that's why. We've also discovered a couple of new things today. Over the last thing, a couple of guys, Preacher CPT and Dean Byrne, recommended this AK Camouflage plastic putty. although most manufacturers do offer a similar sort of thing. And this is ideal for doing camouflage, and basically you just, it's a gooey mess basically, and you just make up patterns and stick it to the fuselage and then paint around it. And I found it to be absolutely awesome stuff, and it's totally reusable, unlike faffing around with masking tape. So you use it again and again and again and again, and this is the piece that I used, and it's perfectly good to use next time I want to do some camo. And you can pick that up for around about sort of 12-13 quid off eBay or from wherever. And I thought it's a bit of a game changer for me, because I did struggle with doing camo patterns with tape. Everything always came out very angular. So I'd highly recommend you check out the video of the peeling of that stuff off, which was a couple of videos ago, and have a look. And probably advise people to go and try it, because I think it's great stuff, and I'll be using it for the future anyway. So as I've said, the channel is 1 year old. I forgot to get the spinny thing out, didn't I? Oh well, never mind. The channel is 1 year old today. So we'll be doing some videos over the up and coming week of some of the kits that I've built. We might do a sort of behind the scenes look at doing YouTube, because obviously a lot of people think about doing YouTube and go, oh, I can't be bothered. It's actually quite easy, but obviously someone like myself who churns out regularly sort of a video almost every day, or sometimes 2 or 3 a day, it is quite a hard thing to do and to keep the momentum going. And you can only really keep the momentum going when you get a decent amount of views and encouragement from very, very nice, patient people who kindly offer advice and give you the sort of support that you kind of need. And I've got a few of those people, so thanks very much to everyone who does put a comment in the comment section. If you haven't put a comment in the comment section yet, please do. I always try to reply to comments, but it doesn't always happen straight away, because I do work nights and I spend a lot of my time in bed in the day just trying to recover, and then I go maybe do a quick film. So thanks to everybody for taking part in the channel. We will be continuing as we have started, with lots more videos of kits and me building and having a bit of a cheeky slurp on the side. Just to let you know what else is coming up, what our next build is going to be. This has been mentioned before. It's going to be this Casa C212-100 by Special Hobby, which was kindly sent to me by Lewis in Spain. He sent me a kit all the way from Spain. What a nice guy. And we've had a few other people send us kits, so if you want to send me a kit, drop me an email. I'll happily accept your gifts and build them as soon as I can. So that's the next one coming up. And yeah, so we'll be doing a few videos over the next few days, and hopefully you'll find some of them amusing, interesting, or downright annoying. I don't mind. I try to cater for all. So this is the Novice Modeler signing off for now. Thanks very much for watching and listening to me blabber on. More model making malarkey on the way in the next year as promised. And thanks to all the kind people who do watch the channel and tolerate my slightly improving building skills, I think we'll say. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Be seeing you.